Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Tina, and I'm real happy to be here with you. Oh, wow. So I've had a break for a little bit. There's been so much going on, but I have a lineup of projects that are ready to go, and I am really excited. This is the beginning of December 2025, and I'm really just ready to get back into the swing of things. I'm sharing a project that I've already done a video for and shared, as well as the Design Space file. I shared a different version of the project with this Design Space file. Here's the project that I shared with the Santa's Little Helpers, which, by the way, the stamp and thin cut for this Santa's Little Helpers is on sale on our website, creatingwithyou.com. I'll put the information down below. But I've been asked to put together the Design Space file one and kind of go over what I have. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for you. Okay, the Design Space file is going to cut all of this, but I just want to let you know, you can do it on your own. Let me grab my ruler. Okay, so you can cut this on your own. All you need is this 2-inch by 3.5-inch square cut out of the side of this, or the center of this. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut a piece 8 by 5.5. That is scored at 4 inches. And then on the inside of it, you will cut that 2 by 3.5, centering it. So what I would do is just take a pencil, really soft pencil line, and kind of just go right down that 4-inch. And then look at this, it's beautiful. It's 1 inch. You're going to do a 1-inch gut from here, a 1-inch gut from here, a 1-inch gut, and a 1-inch gut using this line. You have your center. Okay, so in the Design Space file, you're going to do 2 of those because we're going to hook them together with a little binder, and I'll go over that. You're going to have 2 of these frames here, which are a colored. I use the sky background for this one. Use whatever you like. Use up your Christmas papers, use up your scraps, make it work. On this one here with the little elves, I love these Santa helpers. I have a couple projects coming up with them. Look at all the different colors I use. This one is yellow in the back, and then I have that paper. This one I added this aqua and this hot pink. I had so much fun coloring these little elves in these bright colors. I hadn't done that before. So really, like, use up your papers, try lots of different colors, make the ones you like. But for this one here, I should have showed it. Here it is. This is on Design Space. Looks like I need to add a little glue. I put my finals together, and then it opens like this. And all of this is in there, all the pieces here in the center, as well as the front and this back piece. They're all print thin cuts. They're set up to do print thin cuts, okay? And this is my final one to make, so I'm glad that I'm going to share it with you. These are my AA over-the-top Christmas card this year. I only make a few of these. I make about a half dozen now, and then I have different versions. All right, so 2, 2, and 2 of the frames. All right, now for this frame here, I'm going to give you a measurement. It matches up the 2 by 3.5 center, but the outside portion is taken down to 7/8. So you would cut the entire piece at 3 3/4 by 5 1/4, 3 3/4 by 5 1/4, and then you can gut that inside piece to be the same amount. For these other pieces that go on top, these are the only confusing ones, by the way, you just make them a little smaller. So you're going to go 1/4 inch smaller on the overall size, and then you're going to gut those at 5/8 all the way around. And this piece here lays to the outside, so it's the same width, but the gut becomes smaller at a 1/2 inch. And my suggestion is just you play with it a little bit, but if you have any questions, put them down in the comments and I will get them to you. The other thing you're going to have is 4 black pieces, and your black pieces are all the same. They're going to be 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. I have these 2 pieces here that go on top of that. 4 of those of the black pieces, so whatever you decide to use, you already saw how I mixed them up. This one here is 3.5 by 5. And then this one's just a little bit bigger. This one is 3.5. I lied, I got to remeasure that one, by 5. Oh, 3.5 by 5, 3.5 by 5. These go in two different places. This one here you need 2 of. And then this one's for the front. 2 for the insides, 1 for the front, or you can make them all the same color. 3.5 by 5s. I just changed it out for that. Okay, a lot of pieces, but we're going to put it together really easy. In the file, you're going to have a 1-inch piece, a 1-inch by 5.5 piece. I'm double checking all my measurements, 5.5. And then you're going to score it at 1/2. When you score that at the 1/2, this is going to make the piece that has these two come together. In order to make this card the size that I really wanted it to be and attach the way I wanted it, I had to create a base that has a binder. You know, this is what we love to do, right? It has the extra piece that allows them to come together. So it has that little, I want to say a ledge, but that's not it. I'm going to think of it as soon as the video is over. I've used so many of them, and I really enjoy larger projects at times. I left my glue open. Those of you who have been with me for a while, some things never change. See if I can reopen it. I'm at the end of this bottle, and I actually left it standing straight up without the thing on all night. So there we go. So I like to use liquid glue for these pieces. All right. Wait, and I miter cut each side down. That makes it so they won't stick out. You'll have less. I'm going to put this side in. And I like to bend it so it stays to one side. The liquid glue lets me slide it into place. And then I'm going to take the other piece and line it up with it right on top. And then fold this piece over. And I'm just going to rub it a few times. And this will be the back. Now, there's 2 of these in the file. And you can put one on the front and one on the back. I stopped doing that quite a bit ago because I just don't need it. Okay, there we go. And then I also like to give it a little rub just like that. While this is drying, I'm going to play my favorite game, decrease my pieces, why we talk about this other one. Okay, I went over the base pieces. In the file, you're also going to find your inside piece. I'm going to mark all of these scored spots first to give you the measurements of this. Now, you can make these in different sizes. Oh, there it is. It's like where I have the video lighting on, my video photo lighting, and it's so good for the videos, but sometimes I need to kind of pull it off so I can see a bit of a shadow to get my pieces, to get my score lines and stuff. Although I love a score line, you can't see. Okay, here we go. So this is your big piece. This is this big folding mechanism piece that's on the inside, this here. And this is such an easy card. It's just a lot of pieces. All right, you're going to cut this 11.5. Oh, I'm supposed to measure it first, sorry. 11.5. And then we're going to score it. All right, let me shift. You're going to score it at the 1/2, the 2 3/8, the 5 3/4, the 9, and it looks like this isn't like a full even one because this should be at the 11. So and the 11. I might have shifted it a little. Okay, there you go. All right, let me just do that one more time. The 1/2. All right, 5 3/4 is the center one. This is 9. Okay, and 11 from the side. And I'm going to show you an easy way to always make sure that these line up for you. You are going to fold them in half, your piece. So take your 11.5-inch piece and fold it in half. And then it's real important that you have, so you can change the sizes of these. It's real important that you have little hinges on the side here. Oh, I remembered the word. 1/2 inch on the side. And then wherever you fold it, like if you fold it back and you're like, okay, I want my piece to be this big, you just equally, when you fold it back on this side, you equally turn around, score it, and fold it back on the other side. Okay, that's it. And then you can change the size of these hinges. Just make sure they work inside your card and keep all your templates if you really like these hinge cards. Okay, And then in the file are all kinds of pieces that go on this. And what I would say is after you're done your hinge piece, just measure them up, because I adjusted my sizes on these, so they are not going to be exact. So this here, let's just say this piece is 3 1/4 by, this should be 2 3/4, but mine's a little short. So say 2 3/4, you go 1/4 of an inch smaller on those. And then when you get this one folded, same thing, 1/4 of an inch smaller on those. So if you're using the Design Space file, you're good to go. All right, let's go ahead and start putting a lot of these pieces down. And as always, please, if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. Okay, I have my big gun out and I need to get my small runners. Special adhesive just for the videos so that I don't have that big clunky thing coming at me. I'm going to do a lot of my pieces at one time with my adhesive. If you're putting together a lot of these cards, assembly lining them is great. But I find trying to get more adhesive done than less is the way to go. I've been using this star paper that I got, this background star paper. I bought like 12 packs of it. No joke. I bought like 12 packs of it. I've been using it for years and I love it. Just replaced it. I have 2 now. I found one from Simple Stories and one from Photo Play. God love them. Good luck to everybody from Photo Play. But yeah, I tend to really love this sky kind of paper. Okay, there we go. And I'm just going to put all my pieces down on this. I always put my pieces down. Always put my pieces down. And then put the project together. Here we go. See, this is just a little bit off because I was playing with it. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay if it's a tiny bit off. But I just give you a project. Y'all do what you like with it. All right, and then the shepherd. Going to go in, and then our verse says, after she brought forth her firstborn son and wrapped him in swaddling clothes and laid him in the manger. All right, you'll have a little star in the file. All right, get a little bit of this on there. I should have put my pin in. And I have 2 pins right next to me so that I can be more glue responsible in 2026. But I think once you leave it off quite a bit, you just have to hope for the best. I'm ready for a new bottle, so yay. Okay, whoops, felt the slide. Let's slide that back. Liquid glue is my friend. There we go. So now this entire piece is done. Something you could do is if you really want to take this to the next level, you can add ink. You can do all that type of stuff. You can add little stars throughout here. I do want to share this. These are from Echo Park. Echo Park marks the bottom of their paper. So this says, Oh Holy Night. And I love that. Because sometimes I save these to put on the backs of my cards. I've even put a couple of them on the inside of my card right here. They say, Oh Holy Night, and I added them to my card, but they make great envelope sealers, especially when the ones that say like, Happy birthday, birthday girl, birthday boy. So yeah, I have saved selectively. I've saved those. All right, let's match up our frame pieces. We're going to do the same thing 2 times. And let's just get ready to say, I really like to use liquid adhesive for this one. Because they have to be right on top of each other, I sometimes have to pull this off. They line up at the edging. I'm getting no air in my glue. Let's just... I might have to take off my tip to get the very end of this out. I love the precision tip on this glue. I think I'll just let it sit upside down in my holder. And whatever happens, happens. Okay, I'm going to line this up to the very edge. Try not to get glue everywhere. Drop it down. And because this is only a 1/2 inch and this one is bigger, even though they're the same size, it's going to give that layered inside frame look like this. Okay. Now, to go on this one, I can use whatever. Okay, so for this one, it's just leaving that 1/8 of an inch all the way around. And I'm a little off over here. I might have trimmed it another time in my life, but I'm going to be okay. We're going to do it again. This piece here, I've had to pull off multiple times because I get it on Cricut, and the liquid glue has saved me on that. All right. Just going to line it up again. Hope I don't go over. There we go. All right. I really think that this is a special card. And another thing is I would love to hear any ideas for scenes for the inside of these cards. Even if it's stamp sets you just have in your stash. You never know what we all have. And I really feel it's important for us to get the value out of the money that we've already spent on our craft supplies. So if you've got different stamp sets that you think might make nice scenes, or it could even pop an idea in someone's head, like I would love to see this in a fall woodland scene with like a little tree stump, cute little squirrels and chipmunks, and I think that that would be adorable. Okay, when we line the center ones up, we want it to go perfectly even with our center cutout frame. And I hope you guys will have fun creating this. I think we have a fun lineup coming up here. We are working on a whole bunch of new projects. And in addition to the new projects, I've got continuations of series that are coming up. I'll just show you guys all my projects. Hold on, are you ready? Look how thick all the projects are that we have coming up. It's crazy. All right. And in addition to that, I'll be revealing some of our sketches for my 2026 collection of sketches. So for Scrap and Sketchbook. And I'm just flipping these over because I have the textured black cardstock. I am slightly obsessed with textured cardstock. I loved close to my heart cardstock. I don't have anything bad to say about it. It cut like butter. I do enjoy cardstock that is solid core for many things, and I love that. But textured cardstock has really won me over. I don't know if I can go back to not having textured cardstock now. Okay. These are one for the front and one for the back. The back provides a wonderful spot for you to place your sentiment for this. So we have a Christmas verse. That's just a print and cut on this one. We're going to do the front. And the more you fold this back and forth like I am right now while you're putting it together, the flatter and easier it's going to fold. Okay. So for this one here, I think I used my regular adhesive on the one card, and that's why it was lifting. I do suggest you use liquid adhesive because of the glitter. It will stay attached more, and you won't have the lifting, or even worse, it falling off. But I must have, it's the only thing I can think of. So I will go and just add some adhesive to that. I'm going to flip this over and rub it. All right, these two are going to go on the inside pieces. They're just smaller than that. I love two-sided paper. I want two-sided paper, so I just feel like that's I love the option of the other side, but I always think it's so funny, the things that I gravitate. Almost missed that. These go on the inside. And you can remove layers in this card if you're like, that's just way too many layers. I do think this is an opportunity for you to personalize this. If you are a stamper, you can do some stamping on this. You could add some little stamped stars on these white pieces back here and all of that. It's just how much time you want to spend. Look at this. We're almost done. This card is almost completely together. So you can see that it's not hard. It's a lot of pieces. But once you start putting them together, they go together so nicely. Now this here, the back of the glitter paper that I used is just regular, so I can use regular adhesive with that. It's like a press board kind of. I really like this glitter paper. It's a smooth, very, very gold, soft glitter paper. And recently I've bought all different kinds of glitter paper. Okay, the tricky part you would think, right? No, super easy. Okay, I'm going to be using, I think the 1/4 inch will work. I'm using score tape, but I had my cardboard fall out of this one. So I just have moved this to the front to use it up. I actually, because it was so bendy, I had to start another one. as well, but I like score tape. You can use tear and tape. You can use liquid glue. Use whatever's going to work for you. I tend, whenever I'm doing like hinges or things that attach, stick with liquid glue or score tape. So I'm just running 2 because this is 1/8 of an inch and it's kind of small. And I don't want any lift. So if you're using a thinner score tape like me, I do suggest 1 by the score line and then 1 at the very edge, and it will hold beautifully. Okay. All right, I'm starting with the left side, but it doesn't matter. I've done them both ways. It's just this is when I turned it was where I was at. All right, we're going to fold it. And this is another reason why I think it's so great to just have all the pieces on, because you're done and you won't have to finagle in there. Folding it in half, folding back. There's my score line, nice and flat like that, okay? We're going to fold the card into the position that it goes. Let's see. All right, I'm going to show you that because I know I just kind of switched it all around, but I want to get a good rub on this. Okay, so now what I've done is I have pulled the center up to fold it in half, and then these two come around. So if you're looking at it, you should have a mountain, valley, a mountain. Okay, we're going to grab this, and I'll show you. I think maybe it would work if I kind of had this right next to it. See this here? So the back part, we're going to keep folded back, and we're going to bring it up and open it. And as long as you don't touch that score tape, you'll be fine. I want you to see. I'm going to put them right next to each other. So not attach, not attach. We have it's pulled back, so it's the opposite of this one. Folded that down and back. I'm going to show you one more time. Push the center in to fold it in half, and then back. Don't ignore these. They just go back with it, okay? So now we're going to slide it through the holes on each side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it. This is how I do it the best. And I'm going to line it up with the star. Here's the star paper. Here's the important thing. While you're looking at it, this piece cannot go past this. See that right there? How it's, there's like, I don't know, 1/2 of an inch. No, a little more than 1/4. We'll say 3/8. All right. So now I'm going to take this piece, and I'm going to flip it over just so I have the side with the adhesive up, because that's the way that I really like to do it. Okay. So I'm going to be sizing it up on this side. I'm sliding this back, and I'm lining it up with my star paper because I have that amount of room. And then I'm sliding it to my right to get an equal amount between here and here. And I only have the adhesive right here. I did not peel the other side of the adhesive, and I highly recommend that because boy, can that become a hot mess. And when it looks like it's about centered, I just make sure that it looks nice and straight. Flip it over, rub, rub, rub. Grab the entire thing and flip it over. Peel your score tape or add your liquid glue at this point. Close it up. Rub, rub, rub. Ta-da! You're done. And then all you want to do is kind of work the piece a little bit. So as soon as you work it a few times, you know, it will want to fall where it goes. But you can see here, it's just real important that that back piece not stick out so that this goes in your envelope. This is done at, finishes at 4 inches. So it does, you have a little bit if you're using a standard A2 envelope, but it looks so much nicer if it doesn't. Okay, so I'm going to, so I did a few of these to send out this year. And I love this one here. I think I'm going to have another version of this card coming up. And if I finish it, if I have time to do it, I'll do a video on that one as well, just so you can see it again. I think this is such a great fold to play with, and I think it turned out great. I'm going to put all the details, any special information you need, as well as the Design Space file link for this project down in the comments. I hope this will help you put these together now. I know when you open the Design Space file, there's so many pieces in there that you're cutting, but you can see it's just because we have so many layers, and it really does turn out to be such a special card. And guess what? you can cut these and put them together at the same time. So it really is possible for you to cut a bunch of these and share them and get them out this year. All right. Well, I hope you'll join me back for projects that I have coming up all month, and I will love to have some crafty time with you. Hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Leave me a hello and I'll say hello back, you guys. Happy holidays. Bye-bye.